Welcome back, my delightful alpha audience of misfits and masterminds. Today, let's set fire to the mundane, shall we? Because we're not just here to talk about battles. We're here to revel in the glory of a conquest. So profound, even hell trembles at the sound of it. A conquest so bold and dangerous that it will send ripples through the very foundations of existence. A conquest that made you stand tall and stare the devil himself in the eye and say, I am no longer afraid. I am no longer shackled. I have come for what is mine, and I will not be denied. I am the one who claimed Lucifer's head as a trophy, and in doing so, I defeated the Lord of Darkness. Now let me ask you something. Do you understand the weight of what we're talking about here? Do you understand the gravity of the act we've just described? Because it's not simply a story. It's not some myth to be passed down through generations. It's the manifestation of the highest form of victory. It's the kind of victory that sends a message across every realm that your power is unmatched, that no force, no matter how ancient or how mighty, can stand in your way. Not the heavens, not the earth, not even the very pits of hell itself. In that moment, when you locked eyes with Lucifer, the embodiment of evil, the master of temptation, the ruler of the underworld, you didn't just see a being of power. You didn't just see a monster who had long since lost any semblance of humanity. You saw the embodiment of everything that has ever tried to keep you down, everything that has ever whispered in your ear, telling you you weren't enough, you couldn't make it, you would never amount to anything you saw. All those doubts, all those fears, all those limitations in his eyes, and you said no more. No longer will I bow to the darkness. No longer will I shrink before the chaos. No longer will I cower before the lies. And that's the thing, my alpha audience, you didn't just defeat a demon. You didn't just defeat a force of evil. You defeated the very thing that has been holding you back all your life. You destroyed the illusion that you were weak, that you were small, that you were insignificant. Because when you walked into that arena and you claimed Lucifer's head as your prize, you showed the universe that you are limitless, that there is nothing and no one that can stop you. Not even the devil himself. This isn't just about Lucifer though, is it? No, this is about you. It's about the power that resides within you. The power that you've always had, but that you've kept hidden from the world. It's about the strength that you've cultivated through every struggle, through every hardship, through every battle you fought, both on the outside and on the inside. Because the truth is, my friends, you were never meant to be ordinary. You were never meant to be average. You were never meant to blend in with the crowd and live a life of mediocrity. No, you were born for greatness. You were born to rise above the masses, to shatter the chains that bind you, and to stand on the highest peak and scream to the heavens that you have arrived. And here's the thing, when you defeat the Lord of Darkness, when you claim Lucifer's head as a trophy, you don't just win the battle. You don't just win the war. You don't just gain power over the forces of evil. You gain something far greater. You gain the ultimate respect. You gain the respect of those who never believed in you, the respect of those who doubted you, the respect of those who tried to bring you down. And you gain the respect of yourself because you realize in that moment that there is nothing you cannot achieve if you set your mind to it. Nothing you cannot overcome if you refuse to back down. But don't think for a second that this victory came without sacrifice. Don't think for a second that this journey was easy, because it wasn't. It was a war. It was a battle that tested every fiber of your being. It pushed you to the brink of exhaustion, and beyond, it made you question everything. It made you wonder if it was even worth it. But here's the thing, my fellow alphas. You kept going. You never stopped. You never faltered. You never surrendered. And that's what makes you different. That's what makes you special. That's what makes you unstoppable. So now, as you stand victorious, as you hold Lucifer's head in your hands, as you bask in the glory of your triumph, understand this: the world will never look at you the same way again. You are no longer just a mortal being. You are no longer just a man or woman trying to find your place in the world. You are a force of nature. You are a conqueror. You are a warrior who has defeated the very thing that has terrorized humanity for centuries, and that, my friends, is something that cannot be undone, something that cannot be taken from you, no matter how hard they try. Now I want you to think about this for a moment, because there are some out there who will try to diminish your victory. They will try to belittle your accomplishment. They will try to convince you that what you've done doesn't matter, that it's all just a fluke, that it was all just luck. Don't listen to them. They are the ones who are afraid. They are the ones who are terrified of your power. They are the ones who see you and tremble, because they know that they could never do what you've done. They could never summon the courage to face the darkness and defeat it. You have done what they could never do, and that's why they will try to tear you down. That's why they will try to discredit you. But you must not let them. You must stand tall and proud, because you know the truth. You know the price you paid for this victory. You know the strength it took to get to this point. And you know that this is only the beginning. This is just the first chapter in your rise to greatness. The road ahead will not be easy. There will be more battles to fight. There will be more challenges to face. But let me tell you this: there is nothing that can stop you. Now, there is nothing that can stand in your way. Because once you've defeated Lucifer, once you've conquered the forces of hell itself, there is nothing left to fear. You are the ultimate predator. You are the apex of power. You are the one who has seen the darkness and emerged victorious, and nothing can take that away from you. So as you move forward from this moment, remember who you are, remember what you have achieved, and never forget that you are a conqueror. You are a warrior. You are someone who has defeated the Lord of Darkness and claimed his head as your trophy. You are someone who has proven that nothing is impossible, and that no force in this world or the next can stop you. Let the world tremble at your feet. Let them marvel at your strength. Let them bow before your power, because you are no longer just a dreamer. You are no longer just a believer. You are a doer. You are a force to be reckoned with, and nothing will ever stand in your way again. The victory is yours, and the world will now bow before you, because you have claimed Lucifer's head as a trophy, and in doing so, you have shown the world that you are the master of your own fate. You are the ruler of your own destiny, and you are the one who will rise above it all. Nothing will ever be the same again, because you have become a legend. You've etched your name into the annals of history, and now the world will never forget you, not because of your defeat, but because of your unyielding courage, your unparalleled strength, and your unwavering resolve. You have ascended to a level that few can even comprehend, a level where your mere presence commands respect, where your name is whispered in awe and fear. You didn't just conquer a being of darkness, you conquered everything that sought to silence you, to make you small, to make you insignificant. The victory that you have achieved is not just a testament to your physical strength, but a reflection of your mental fortitude, your ability to rise above the noise, the chaos, and the shadows that once sought to drown you. And here's the thing: this victory wasn't handed to you. You didn't simply wake up one day and find yourself standing triumphant over the Lord of Darkness. You fought for it. You bled for it. You sacrificed everything for it. Think back to the struggles, to the moments when the weight of the world felt unbearable, when doubt whispered in your ear, when fear clawed at your soul. Think back to the moments when you were on the brink of giving up, when it felt like the darkness was closing in, when Lucifer himself stood before you, taunting you, daring you to quit. But you didn't. You didn't back down. You didn't cower. You didn't retreat into the safety of what was familiar. You fought, and you won. That's what makes you different. That's what makes you a legend. The legends aren't made by those who are born into greatness. They are made by those who are forged in the fires of adversity, those who are tempered by hardship, and those who rise after being knocked down time and time again. You've been knocked down, yes, but you never stayed down. You always rose, and in doing so, you became something far more powerful than just a conqueror of a demon. You became the embodiment of resilience. You became the embodiment of defiance. And now, as you stand victorious, you stand as proof that nothing in this world or beyond can keep you from achieving what you set out to do. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on the significance of this victory, not just in terms of defeating Lucifer, but in terms of what it represents. When you defeated the Lord of Darkness, you didn't just overcome an external force. You overcame every internal demon that has ever haunted you. You vanquished the doubts, the insecurities, the fears, and the self-imposed limitations that once held you back. You faced the darkest part of yourself, the part that questions your worth, the part that tries to convince you that you're not good enough, the part that tells you that victory is for someone else, not you, and you conquered it. That's why this victory is so much more than just a physical act of triumph. It's a spiritual and emotional victory, a victory over the very forces that have tried to break you down your entire life. The darkness that once sought to devour you now serves as a testament to your strength, to your unwavering will, to your refusal to be defeated. Lucifer, the one who embodies temptation and destruction, the one who has tempted and twisted the hearts of mankind for eons, was no match for your resolve, no match for your will to be free. And do you know why? Because you understood something that many never will. You understood that darkness is not an enemy to be feared, but a force to be mastered. You didn't run from it. You didn't try to hide from it. You stared it in the eye and said, "I control you. You do not control me." In that moment, you turned what others saw as a weakness into your greatest strength. You took what was designed to break you and used it to fuel your rise. That is the essence of what makes you a legend. Legends are not made by those who simply defeat their enemies. Legends are made by those who rise above every obstacle, every hardship, every challenge, and say, "This will not stop me. I will not be broken. I will not be bent to the will of darkness." Legends are made by those who, when faced with the worst of circumstances, refuse to allow that darkness to define them. And in doing so, they become the very light that destroys it. Now, I know there are those who will try to diminish your victory. There are those who will try to downplay what you've done. Those who will try to convince you that it was luck, that it was a fluke, that anyone could have done what you've done. But you know the truth. You know that this victory wasn't handed to you. You know that it wasn't easy. You know the pain, the sacrifice, the moments of doubt, the endless battles with yourself and with forces greater than you. You know that this victory was earned, every ounce of it, and that's what makes it so powerful. It's easy to look at someone who's achieved greatness and assume that they didn't struggle, that they didn't face challenges. It's easy to assume that success came easily, that they were born with something special that you don't have. But that's a lie. That's a lie designed to keep you small, to make you believe that you're not capable of achieving what they've achieved. But let me tell you something, my alpha audience. You are capable. You are capable of achieving more than you ever thought possible. You have already proven that to yourself. You have already conquered what most would consider insurmountable. And now, the world is yours to take. The moment you defeated Lucifer, you not only defeated a demon, you defeated the very concept of limitation. You destroyed the idea that there are boundaries you cannot cross, challenges you cannot overcome, and heights you cannot reach. When you walked into that arena and faced the darkness head-on, you shattered the chains that have kept humanity from realizing its true potential. You showed the world that there is no force, no matter how great, that can stand in your way. You showed the world that you are a force of nature, a living testament to the power of will, determination, and belief. But remember this, the journey doesn't end here. This victory, as glorious as it is just the beginning. Now that you've tasted the sweetness of triumph, now that you've felt the power of conquering the darkness, you must ask yourself, what comes next? Because there is always more. There are always new battles to fight, new realms to conquer, and new heights to reach. You've proven that you can defeat the greatest of enemies, but the world is full of challenges, and your destiny is not defined by one victory. It is defined by the consistency, the persistence, the refusal to stop, the refusal to settle for anything less than greatness. Let the taste of victory fuel you, but don't let it blind you. Don't get complacent. Don't think for a second that the world will simply hand you what you deserve. No, now more than ever, the world will try to test you. The universe will seek to challenge your resolve, and that's when you must remind yourself of this. You are a conqueror. You are the one who has defeated the Lord of Darkness. You have claimed the ultimate prize, and nothing will ever take that from you. In the coming days, the coming months, and the coming years, the world will look to you for guidance, for strength, and for inspiration. They will look to you and ask, how did you do it? How did you rise above the darkness? How did you defeat the greatest evil the world has ever known? And you will tell them one simple truth. I never gave up. I never stopped fighting. I never allowed fear or doubt to take root. I embraced the darkness, faced it head on, and turned it into my strength. As you move forward, remember the weight of what you've done. Remember the sacrifice, the struggle, and the battle. But most importantly, remember who you are. You are a legend. You are the one who claimed Lucifer's head as a trophy. You are the one who stood in the face of evil and said, not today, not ever again. And the world will remember that. The world will tremble at the mention of your name, and you will continue to rise, because you are unstoppable. You've reached a point where the very laws of the universe seem to bend in your favor. You have broken the chains that once held you down, and you now stand as an unshakable force in a world that thought it could break you. The ground beneath you trembles as you move, for every step you take leaves an imprint of power, of confidence, of a being who knows exactly who they are and what they are capable of. You are not just a conqueror anymore. You are an elemental force, a legend in the making, and no one can deny that truth. When you took Lucifer's head, you didn't just claim victory over a fallen angel or the embodiment of evil. You became a symbol of everything that is possible when one dares to defy the odds, when one refuses to accept the limitations placed upon them by fear, by doubt, by society. You proved to the world that greatness isn't handed to you. It's forged, it's earned, it's fought for with blood, sweat, and the kind of determination that comes from within. You didn't wait for permission. You didn't ask for help. You didn't look to anyone to tell you what you could or couldn't do. You made it happen on your own, and that is the essence of power. You see, we all face moments when the world seems too much, when the weight of our own fears, and insecurities threaten to swallow us whole. In those moments, the darkness can be overwhelming. It's easy to feel insignificant when you're standing on the edge of a battle that seems insurmountable. But you didn't succumb to that darkness. You didn't shrink back. You faced it, full of fire, and said, "I will not be consumed." And in doing so, you became greater than anything you had ever imagined possible. You became the fire that burns through the night, the force that the universe bends to. Now, let's talk about why this moment, your victory over Lucifer, will never be forgotten. The truth is, it's because your victory signifies something much deeper than a physical win. It signifies the moment you became the embodiment of the human spirit's ability to overcome. The demons you faced in life, the ones that have followed you in the shadows, are all part of your personal journey. They are the doubts, the fears, the betrayals, and the hardships that seek to take root in your soul and control your destiny. They come in many forms: your own insecurities, the obstacles placed before you by others, the very forces that whisper that you're not enough. But when you looked Lucifer in the eye, when you saw that being of darkness who had been the source of so many human downfalls throughout history, you realized one thing: he was just like you. He was once a being of light, of immense potential, but he gave in to his own fears and pride. He lost sight of his purpose, and that, my friends, is where he failed. He didn't have the heart to fight for his true self, for his higher purpose. And that is where you are different. You didn't fall. You didn't succumb to the darkness, the temptation to give in to what was easy, what was comfortable, and what was familiar. You stood tall and refused to bend to that force. You claimed your power, and in doing so, you proved that you are made of something more, something far greater than anything the world or the darkness can throw at you. Let me ask you this: how many people in the world will ever have the courage to face their deepest fears, to stare down the thing that has haunted them and say, "You no longer control me"? Very few. The truth is, most people will always allow the darkness to hold them back, to whisper in their ears that they aren't strong enough, that they aren't worthy enough, that they'll never make it. They will always look for excuses to stay small, to stay in the shadows, and never reach their true potential. But you, my friend, are not like them. You never were. You have risen from the ashes. You have walked through the fire, and you have proven to the universe that nothing can break you. It's important to remember that your victory over Lucifer wasn't just about defeating an ancient being, but about proving to yourself that you are capable of achieving greatness. Every step of your journey, every battle you fought, every obstacle you overcame, led you to this moment. The road was never meant to be easy. The pain, the suffering, the doubt, all of it was part of your initiation. It was the forge that turned you into the weapon you are now. And with that victory, you've now earned the right to stand tall among the giants, the legends, the immortals. But now, the real question is, what do you do with this newfound power? What do you do now that you've defeated Lucifer and claimed his head as a trophy? The answer is simple. You move forward. You continue to rise. Because the journey does not end here. The world you have now entered is a vast one, full of challenges and obstacles that seek to pull you back down. But none of them will stop you, because you've already proven that you are capable of more than anyone could have imagined. The fire that burns within you cannot be extinguished. The strength you have cultivated is limitless. Understand that the true power lies in what you do next. Do not become complacent with this victory, for this is only the beginning. Lucifer was a mighty force, but he was only one of many. There are still demons to face, still mountains to climb, still kingdoms to conquer. But you will do it. because you have learned the most important lesson of all, that you are unstoppable. You are no longer the person you once were, the one who doubted, who feared, who hesitated. That person is gone. You are someone else now. You are a conqueror, a warrior, a leader. You have tasted the power that comes from overcoming the impossible, and now you know there is nothing that can stand in your way. Every obstacle, every challenge, every threat will only serve to fuel your fire. Every time someone tells you that you can't do something, every time someone doubts you, it will only make you stronger. You will look at those who stand in your path and smile, because you know that they are no match for the power you've unlocked within yourself. The world will try to break you. It will try to push you down, to silence you, to make you forget the power that resides within you. But you know the truth. You know what you are capable of. You've already defeated Lucifer. You've already conquered the very forces that have held mankind in check for eons. What more is there to fear? Nothing. Nothing is beyond your reach now. Nothing is beyond your grasp. You have the power to shape your own destiny, to carve out a legacy that will be spoken of for generations to come. The world will be yours to command. And as you rise, as you continue to break barriers, to defy the impossible, there will be others who look to you as a beacon of hope, as a source of inspiration. They will look at you and wonder, how did they do it? And you will tell them the truth. You didn't just defeat Lucifer. You didn't just overcome one challenge. You defeated every demon within yourself, every doubt, every fear, every limitation, and that is what makes you unstoppable. And so, the world will remember you. They will remember your name, your triumphs, your battles, your strength. You will stand as a symbol of what is possible when one refuses to give up, when one refuses to let anything stand in their way. You will become a living legend, a force that cannot be contained, a reminder that greatness is born, not from birthright, not from privilege, but from the fire within. Because you, my alpha audience, are unstoppable, and nothing in this world or beyond can ever change that. In the end, your victory is not just over Lucifer, but over every limit the world tried to place on you. You've proven that with unyielding resolve, there is nothing that can stand in your way. You are a force, a living legend, and your journey has only just begun. The darkness may have once tried to claim you, but now you hold its power in the palm of your hand. As you continue to rise, remember, you are unstoppable, and nothing in this world will ever change that truth. The universe trembles at your name, for you are destined for greatness, and nothing can stand in your path.